welcome back to the channel. So we are taking a look at this Lexar SSD drive. Now this is their most recent SSD. This is the 1 TB version and it has a MagSafe magnet on the back. And what I really like about this is this little dongle that houses the cable. So we have a USB-C to USB-C cable, and I think that's a really great way of integrating the cable into this system so you don't lose the cable. But also I think it's a really nice design feature. So this little SSD, it's got a nice rubberized texture to it. I quite like that sort of clay color. This is the ES5 from Lexar. Now, so if you're into iPhone filmmaking, or any type of phone filmmaking where you have to transfer massive amounts of data, then this is probably the hard drive for you. So I tend to shoot quite a bit of video on my iPhone 16 Pro Max. This has the newer cage on it, and this is what I will use if I'm shooting content in the studio. So Lexar drive, MagSafe, sits on the back. Very strong magnet. And then, as you know, if you go into the camera app or go into the video app, so under the ProRes Log settings, so if we go to, so on the top of the menu here, we can select our log settings. So if we go into anything above 25p, so let's go to 60p, it will then say it's not supported unless you have a hard drive attached. So let's attach that hard drive. Now, without the hard drive attached, it says I have 11 minutes of record time. Let's go to 60p. So now it says I have 13 minutes. I have already filled up this drive with quite a lot of content already, but we can now record in 60p, as you can see on there, and also we can go to 120 frames a second. And that is now writing directly to the video, to the SSD itself. So you've got a massive amount of data going through that pipeline. Now, the speed of this drive is 2 by 2 gigabytes of data. So yeah, 2000 megabytes of data a second, which I think is quite incredible. I've actually been using this SSD drive attached to my Mac. It's been attached to my Mac Studio, and I've been using it as my editing drive. Because it's so fast, there's no lag time whatsoever, so it's perfect for video editing, either if you're on a desktop or using a MacBook. All right, so yeah, we know it fits the iPhone, Samsung S24 Ultra, because we don't just make films on our iPhones, and it fits perfectly on there. So again, yeah, I think it's a really stylish drive. I have put a link in the description for this drive if you're interested in purchasing it. There's also a gear guide for phone filmmaking gear, and I'll put a link in the description also. It's IP65 rated, so you're going to be able to not submerge it in water, but it's going to be dust and water resistant. It's got a 3-meter drop resistance also, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty rugged. And I think if you work on location like I do, use Capture One, and you also shoot a lot of film work, then this is probably going to be one of the drives you could have in your arsenal of drives. This is available in 1 TB and 2 TB. I'd highly recommend getting the 2 TB version because these data files that come out of the phones now are absolutely mammoth. So you're going to need as much space as possible. So that is it for today's video. This was the Lexar ES5 and highly recommend it. Check it out, link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.